this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So I came across this article written by a black guy named William Spivey, written for Medium, which is an online publication, entitled, "When the Only Thing You Have Going Is Being White." I was curious about this for a black man to write this, so I decided to read it. I found it interesting, so I thought you might like to hear what he had to say about that. A black man saying, when the only thing you have going is being white. So he says, in every segment of society, a hierarchy forms where people can rise to the top of their environment. Some people distinguish themselves in the worst of environments, creating metrics that may have no value elsewhere. In the worst slums, there are pimps, drug dealers, educators, athletes, gamblers, and musicians. People use their talents to achieve success, whether it be making money or finding some measurable yardstick that makes them better than someone else. Some people are their careers or claim status for the company they work for. I've worked for major corporations, including Procter & Gamble and AT&T. I've seen my coworkers proudly announce where they work when asked. I've done it myself. People get proud of their income level, what kind of car they drive, or the house they live in. Do you rent or own? It's human nature to find something about yourself that you're proud of. Many have several things. Everyone isn't Tony Stark, but most people could come up with a list of accomplishments and things they value about themselves besides the suit they wear daily or their skin color. When it comes to white supremacists and white nationalists, it seems they're suffering from low self-esteem. They see others as taking something that belongs to them. Most have jobs, perhaps not the careers they hoped for, but many are employed. Some might be rich, determined to hold on to their possessions or not be replaced. Their whiteness is what makes them unique, which requires them to suppress all others to maintain their elite status. I recently wrote a story about a hate group, the National Justice Party, NJP, whose leadership comprises top members of other hate groups. I wrote about them attending a Trump rally, passing out their new platform that calls for ensuring a permanent white majority and segregated schools, police forces, and separate courtrooms. I share all my articles on Twitter, where I have a relatively small following. I was surprised by the number of responses I got from NJP members. They weren't especially nasty. Some thanked me for including their entire platform and not singling out the most racist parts. I got the impression that they didn't have much going on besides being white. And it's black people like this too now. These black men who are running around talking about going 50-50 and all this about the black woman, that about the black woman this and the black woman that. They don't have a whole lot more going for themselves either. So it's not just the white guys. The article continues, I once wrote that whiteness isn't inherited, it's learned. Children aren't born racist. They pick it up along the way. The low self-esteem comes from not recognizing the value in the other things they are. I encourage parents of all colors to praise their children for all their virtues and talents, especially those that don't require diminishing others. Amen to that. There was a time when indentured servants was the base of America's economic model. Black and white indentured servants worked side by side along with a relatively small number of black enslaved people. Bacon's rebellion changed all that when those forces joined together and burned down Jamestown, Virginia. A new model was created, doing away with indentured servants and making enslaved black people the new bottom rung of the ladder. Every white person was now above every black person, and it became the responsibility of the lowest of white people to maintain that order. And this is actually correct. This was less race-based and class-based, with the primary beneficiaries being the upper classes. People began to celebrate their whiteness as never before, sometimes having nothing besides being white to give them status. I believe that Benjamin Banneker and some of the other biracial blacks in those days were the products of enslaved or indentured black people and indentured white people. So this is actually true. So the rich decided that they could make a difference, divide and conquer, and it was easy to do based on race. So they divided the whites from the black and told the whites that you're over the black. No matter how low you are as a white person, you're over those black people. And some of them still have that mentality to this day. If someone out there has no good answer as to who they are under their suit or skin color, their self-esteem is dependent on being superior to someone else. I worry about the lengths they're willing to go to establish their supposed superiority. It's why we have hate crimes and voter suppression. It would be nice if only a few people equated their status with their color. Very nice indeed. Yeah, it would be nice if all of us could accomplish something besides a skin tone, and then maybe we would be able to get along better. So this post originally appeared on Medium and is edited and republished with the author's permission. You can read more of William Spivey's work on Medium, which is an online publication. When I first saw this, I thought this was going to be negative. I thought a white person wrote it and that they were just trying to be smart and picking at, the white supremacists. And then when I saw it was a black guy, I thought it was going to be negative. But actually, this is a pretty positive article because it does speak to the fact that everybody is trying to find a reason to be better or above other people when we're all just human. And not only white people are afraid of being replaced, but black people are also afraid of being replaced. I just heard a content creator talking about an influx of immigrants from Africa in Harlem, New York, where typically black Americans live. And he was saying that they are living in an area between Malcolm X Boulevard and Frederick Douglass Boulevard, and that they call it Little Senegal. And the black Americans are like, what? And there's a cultural difference between them, and they're afraid that these people are going to take over our neighborhood. So the problem is nationwide, if not worldwide. I think to a certain extent we're all kind of afraid of being replaced for one reason or another. White people might have one reason for having a resentment toward other people. But as we see the migrant crisis rising in these large cities between groups of black people, we're going to see more of this anger coming from black Americans who feel their neighborhoods are being imposed upon and resources are being taken from them that they've worked so hard for. So we're going to all have to take a step back and come up with some solutions because anger and hatred are never the solution. And I'm saying this, but if it was my community, I know that I would be, and I might not be hating, but I would be speaking up. I would be speaking up before all of my resources got gone. I know that. So anyway, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this article. When being white is all you have. What do you think about that? Okay. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.